This is just one of many, but we saw this guy. Now, just think about it. There are some 200 hostages right now in Gaza, Israeli civilians who are not engaged in military exercises, who are not under any definition of the rules of war, fair game, babies. Hamas has put out the picture. They're babies, infants in strollers, not to mention young women who they stole from that music festival. And there and here, people are putting up pictures of the, quote, missing. You know, they don't know for sure whether they're hostages, whether they're missing, are they dead? And just trying to get their faces out there. You know, like, has anybody possibly seen them? Is there any chance one of them got to New York and is just looking for help? You're right. This is what people do, well-meaning people. What kind of a person tears down the photos of the missing, suffering civilians? And it's happening more and more. We'll go through a couple of them, but here is Upen caught on camera. One of the most respected, this is like they all are, Ivy League, like Cornell was, with a crazy guy saying he was exhilarated and excited, the professor, to see the Jews die. Here's a guy pulling down posters there.
Why are you tearing them down? Innocent people were kidnapped.
People killed the hospital bus.
That, as we now know, is Upen Law School employee Matthew Renovics. Upen has appeared to scrub his photo, but as we understand it, he works at the university, maybe in the library. That's one guy. Then we go over to NYU. Video emerged earlier this week of two young women and a man pulling down video, or pulling down the hostage notifications there. And I'll just show you the video just so I can get you up to speed. Here they are. There are the three of them. Look at them. I mean, they mean it. They love it. They can't get them down fast enough. And now we know, we don't know the man yet, but we know who the two young women are. They've been identified as Haviza Khalik and Yasmin Deim. Yasmin Deim has now deleted both of her Instagram and her Twitter accounts. Her LinkedIn is still live. It lists a 2019 internship with the ADL, which is supposed to be a group devoted to fighting anti-Semitism. It's a fail. She, after getting caught, right, her picture was circulated all over social media yesterday. Happy to have helped in that effort. She got caught. She got outed. Now she's basically forced to apologize, though it wasn't exactly that. She comes out to say she's, quote, I have found it increasingly difficult to know my place as a biracial brown woman, especially during these highly volatile times. And now she wants us to believe that she does hope for the safe return of the Israeli hostages. Oh, by the way, that post has since been taken down too. So everywhere you go, and I'll give you one more, here's another group of NYU students ripping down posters of hostages. You're doing a great job, NYU. Great job. Heck of a job. Here they are ripping down more pictures of the hostages at NYU. Take a look.
Hey guys, are you defending terrorism, really? You guys really are defending terrorism? I think cowards should be ashamed of yourself. Should be ashamed of yourself.
Yes, you should be ashamed of yourself. Last but not least, Dennis, on our parade through the ripping down of the posters, the streets of New York City, where two what appear to be college students gleefully tear down even more. Watch it.
What school do you go to? What school do you go to? What school do you go to, miss?
There's more of this.
So, what do you make of it all?
The issue really isn't what I make of it. The issue is, what does the majority of Americans or Westerners in general make of it? What I make of it is obvious. These are people who have bought into an evil doctrine, truly evil. They lie about Israel the way the Nazis lied about Jews. And apparently you can convince a fair number of people, like the charge that Israel is committing genocide. then how do you explain the fact that there are more Palestinians today than ever before? It's the worst attempt at genocide in the history of attempts of genocide. People's numbers, national numbers, do not grow when genocide is applied to that group. But they will say anything about Israel. Organ harvesting, you mentioned that yourself. The lie is the road to evil. And the question is, again, not what I make of it, but will it awaken that large number of people that has put up with the rot that has come from the universities over the course of my whole lifetime? That's the question. Will they awaken? It was okay when they taught kids that America is systemically racist, the least racist biracial country in the history of the world. Is that was okay. It was okay for universities to say, of course, if you're 18, you could decide, or even earlier, to have your breasts cut off if you think you're a boy. That's fine, because there's no such thing as binary sexual identity. It's non-binary. You are what you think you are. That was okay. So now, finally, some people, and certainly not all, are awakening to the moral cesspool that the university has become. And you mentioned the ADL. The ADL has bought into leftism. The ADL has actually, in my opinion, and I say this as a Jew who has fought anti-Semitism his whole life, the ADL has probably, in the last, 10 years, 20 years, created more anti-Semitism than it has reduced anti-Semitism. It doesn't only do bad, but it does plenty of it. It is run by woke people. It was staggering that you told me that girl who ripped down the posters worked at some point for the ADL.
Right.
I wasn't surprised.
Right.
So maybe there will be an awakening, but the bottom line is there are tens upon tens of millions of people who want the Jews of Israel exterminated like the Nazis wanted the Jews of Europe exterminated. If you cannot acknowledge that fact, it is only because you do not want to acknowledge that fact. It is a fact.
The Genucel Dark Spot Corrector sale ends promptly this Sunday, and guess what ends with it? That crazy 70% discount. That's right, all gone Sunday night. Go to Genucel.com/MK60 right now. Don't delay one more minute. Here's Marsha from Austin, Texas, writing, "My puffy eyes were gone after 24 hours and 2 treatments. Dark spots fading and definitely less laugh lines. A win all around." Take advantage of the Genucel most popular package, which now includes the Dark Spot Corrector, plus the classic Genucel bags and puffiness treatment and immediate effects product, all for 70% off. Try the best skincare in the world for yourself, completely risk-free. Go to Genucel.com/MK60 today and start looking years, even decades younger tomorrow. All orders upgraded to free shipping. See results day one and get compliments everywhere you go. Guaranteed. That's GENUCEL.com/MK60, Genucel.com/MK60. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.